Good afternoon, this is V from the QKitchen, and today we are going to make cheese stuffed tomatoes. And these are my San Marzanos. I've cut them in half, scooped all the seeds out for seed saving, and we're going to sprinkle a little bit of all natural Himalayan finely ground pink salt on them. This is very important that you do this because it'll take all the excess moisture out and it'll give it flavor as it sits there. Just sprinkle a little on the inside, flip them over.
Memory sing-along.
You want to be very careful not to rip them, otherwise all your cheese will ooze out. Which I guess wouldn't be bad, but it'll be really messy. Just a little bit. Alright. We're going to let these sit for about 20 to 30 minutes. So all that salt gets in there really nice and good, and you want to leave them turned upside down like this so that the extra juices can actually drain out of the tomatoes. Otherwise you'll have a soggy mess. I know this from experience. And next we're going to gather the rest of our ingredients for our cheese mix. Now I'm putting the plate, because it is a paper plate, into a shallow pie pan. That's actually what we're going to cook it in. Okay, so now we're ready to prepare our cheese filling for our tomatoes. That's 8 ounces of cream cheese, which is 1 cup. A little sprinkle of whatever seasoning you want, really. As much or as little as you want. I like to use the Old Bay seasoning and just sprinkle as little or as much as you want. That's probably about half a teaspoon there. Put a little bit of salt in there, about a half a teaspoon of that. And since I want my children to eat it, I won't make it too spicy. Otherwise, my Maggie will not eat it. And that's pretty much basically what I'm going to put in that, just so it's not too spicy and she'll actually try it. Now you're going to mix this up until it's well blended. Here are our tomatoes that we salted. Alright, I have now filled the tomato halves with approximately 1 teaspoon of the cream cheese and seasoning. Each one. We're kind of missing one because, you know, it meant an untimely demise. And I had to put it out of its misery by eating him. So, we're going to... I have set my oven up as preheating to 350 degrees. And as soon as that becomes preheated, we'll put these in there. Until then, we're going to cover them. We will keep them covered while they're cooking. A light cover, just a loose cover, so that the cheese does not stick to the aluminum foil. And when that's preheated, we'll stick it in the oven. And it really only needs about 10 to 15 minutes. Just make sure it's covered like this. Just close your little ends down there. There you go. And when the oven beeps and says it's ready to go, we'll put that pan in there for, like I said, pretty much 10 to 15 minutes. And it'll be ready to eat. Now, what I usually do is after I've cooked it, I'll put a little bit of Parmesan on top, and that'll make it nice and cheesy all the way through. So when this is done cooking, we'll take it out and show you how it looks. Alright, they've been cooking at 350 for 10 minutes, and now I've just poured some Parmesan cheese on top, and we're going to stick them back in there for another 5 or 6 minutes. Just until the Parmesan cheese gets a little brown, gets a nice golden color to it, and then we'll take it out and it'll be ready to eat. Alright, that's the beautiful color you want. Right there, nice golden brown. We actually had to end up putting my oven to 375 and letting it cook for 8 minutes to get the nice, lovely golden brown. So now we're going to eat them. Y'all have a nice evening, and we'll be talking to you later. Oh, we're going to let it cool off before we eat them. Good night.